How a $30,000 car becomes a $50,000 car. You find the car. It looks good. The price says $29,999. And in your head, you're already driving it home. Then you sit down with the salesman. And notice something interesting. The conversation suddenly stops being about the $30,000 price. Now it's, what monthly payment are you comfortable with? Maybe $600? $650? Okay, we can probably make that work. And that sentence right there, that's how a $30,000 car can slowly turn into a $50,000 car. Not because somebody secretly swapped your Honda for a Lamborghini while you weren't looking, but because the number on the windshield is only the first number. Let's say you're buying a used car for exactly $30,000. Already, you're probably not writing a $30,000 check. There could be sales tax, registration, documentation fees, and depending on what you agree to, maybe gap coverage, an extended warranty, or other extras. CFPB specifically warns buyers that when optional add-ons are rolled into the loan, you're not only paying for the add-on, you're also financing it. So let's keep our example simple. Your $30,000 car becomes roughly $36,000 financed after taxes, fees, and optional extras. Still not $50,000. So where does the rest come from? This guy, interest. And interest has a best friend, time. This is where the monthly payment conversation becomes important, because there are two ways I can sell you an expensive loan. I can say, would you like to pay almost $50,000 for this $30,000 car? And you would probably look at me like I just insulted your entire family. Or I can say, how does $693 a month sound? Now we're talking. Because $693 doesn't feel like $50,000. It feels like $693. That's why monthly payments can mess with the way we think about price. As of July 2026, Experian puts the average used car loan interest rate in the U.S. at around 11.43%. Take our fictional $36,000 loan, finance it for 72 months at 11.43%. Your payment is roughly $693 a month. Not crazy enough to immediately scare everybody away, but multiply that by 72 months. You get about $49,900. There it is. Your $30,000 car, almost $50,000. And we haven't bought a single gallon of gas yet. Now, to be clear, the dealership didn't magically steal $20,000 from you. Some of that jump came from taxes and fees. Some came from things you chose to add, and a huge chunk came from borrowing money for 6 years. But this is exactly why focusing only on the monthly payment can be dangerous. Because if $693 is too high, there's a very easy way to make it look cheaper. Make the loan longer. Instead of asking, how much am I paying? You start asking then, can you get me under $650? Sure, we can play with the down payment. Change the loan length, change the financing. Suddenly the payment looks nicer. Meanwhile, the car did not become cheaper. We just found a more comfortable way for you to pay for the expensive thing. The CFPB has warned about exactly this. Stretching the loan can reduce the monthly payment while increasing the total interest you pay. And now comes my favorite part, because after years of payments, you may finally decide, I'm tired of this car. Let me trade it in. Fantastic. Surely nothing can go wrong here. You arrive at the dealership. They value your car at, say, $18,000. Nice. Except you still owe $23,000. So technically, you're trying to sell an $18,000 asset with a $23,000 loan attached to it. That missing $5,000 doesn't disappear because you bought another car. It can get rolled into the next loan. Now you're financing your new car, plus money you still owe on your old car. You're basically driving car number 2 while car number 1's ghost is still sitting in the passenger seat. And this isn't some weird edge case. In Q2 2026, buyers who traded in vehicles with negative equity were underwater by an average of $6,884, according to Edmunds, meaning some Americans are starting their next car loan already thousands of dollars behind. And this is where the cycle gets ugly. Long loan, car loses value, you still owe money, trade it early. Old debt enters new loan. New loan gets bigger. Repeat. Congratulations. You've invented a subscription service where the subscription is debt. And here's the crazy thing. We still haven't talked about the actual cost of owning the car. Insurance, not included. Gas, nope. Maintenance, enjoy. New tires, your problem. Parking, good luck if you live somewhere like New York. So when somebody says, I bought this car for $30,000, what they usually mean is the starting price was $30,000. Those are two completely different statements. But there's actually an easy way to see through all of this. Stop asking only, what's my monthly payment? Ask, what is the total amount I will have paid when this loan is finished? That one question changes the entire conversation, because $693 sounds manageable. $49,900 sounds like something you want to think about. Also, look at the APR. Look at the loan length. Ask which extras are actually optional. Compare financing before walking into the dealership. The CFPB notes that auto loan rates can be negotiable and that a dealer may not necessarily offer the lowest rate you qualify for, because the goal isn't never finance a car. For millions of people, financing is how they get to work, take their kids to school, and live their lives. The goal is simply to understand what you're agreeing to, because that's the trick with a lot of modern spending. We rarely experience the full price anymore. $1,200 phone, $33 a month. $4,000 couch, Relax. Easy monthly payments. $30,000 car? Forget the $30,000. What monthly payment are you comfortable with? And once businesses turn a giant number into a tiny monthly number, our brains start treating expensive things like they're cheap. So the next time somebody tells you, don't worry about the price, let's just get the monthly payment where you want it. Maybe worry about the price just a little bit.